If you're still waiting for the perfect time to start an online business, let me be blunt. You are wasting your time. The best time was yesterday, and the second best time is today. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can start your online business today, even if you have no experience, no technical skills, and no idea where to start. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step roadmap about how you can get your business off the ground in just a few hours. Let's dive in. First, you're going to need a mindset shift. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in starting an online business, but you still haven't started, and you've got to ask yourself why. Are you procrastinating? Are you thinking about it too much? Are you in what we call analysis paralysis? Think of it this way. You might be in your 20s. Would you rather spend all your 20s partying, drinking, getting up to no good and become an underskilled 30-year-old? Would you want to work up your 20s and become an overskilled 30-year-old? What do you think you prefer? What's going to get you further in life? Are you still playing video games with your mates, masturbating, doing all these things you know is time wasting and just not good for you overall? If that's you, then you need the mindset shift. You need to get yourself out of that mentality that you've clearly got yourself into and almost change your personality to change your mind with it. Stop trying to cross bridges before you even get there. Running a business is like driving at night, right? Imagine you're driving at night. It's pitch black all around you. You got your headlights on. You can only see about 20 feet in front of you. You're not going to focus on the destination because you'll obviously crash. You can only focus on what's directly in front of you. You can only focus on what you can control. And this is what we call analysis paralysis. People are stuck focusing on on the end goal, what they want, and they sit there planning weeks, months on end, writing down exactly how they're going to get there, building out an exact plan. But I'm telling you now, no exact amount of planning will make you exempt from failure. Failure is the only way you're going to learn. And it feels rubbish when you start. You feel inadequate. You feel incompetent. But the more you fail, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more competent you become. And competence breeds confidence. So suddenly you're really confident, you're getting on sales calls with people and you're understanding more about what your skill set is and how you can help that person. I need you to just pick a simple, profitable online business model. I chose AI automation agency. So if you're watching this, the likelihood is that you probably have some kind of interest in starting an AI agency. And I started because I had experience with it. If you don't know my background, I worked in a managed service provider. So I worked selling tech. So I understood a lot of the back end and a lot of the business process about how this stuff works, right? So if you have experience in something, go with that. You'll already be ahead of most people. So things like video editing, copywriting, automation, affiliate marketing, drop shipping. These are all profitable businesses, not simple and not something you just pick up overnight. People have to sit and learn this stuff. You don't just start. I didn't start knowing automation, knowing how to build this stuff. You have to learn. And it's actually that learning that's the most fun part. So pick something you actually sort of enjoy and have an interest in and just go full foot to the pump and learn that thing like there's no tomorrow, because it's in that journey of learning that's probably the most fun part of this whole process. And you may say these are saturated, right? Good. That means it works, right? That means this is something that is proven. So you can't just sit there and say, oh, it's saturated, there's too many people doing it. That doesn't make sense. Everyone was on Facebook, right? Twitter and TikTok still thrive. They could have sat down and said, nah, it's saturated. There's too many people already on social media. Cars, right? There's so many different brands of cars. Tesla came out with their brand new electric cars that look kind of sexy. I don't know. It depends what car you like. Personally, I don't like them. But what I'm trying to say is that they didn't reinvent the wheel. They just did it better. They just did it better than everyone else. TikTok, they chose something that was different. Okay. Tesla did the same. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just pick something that works and just put everything into it and do it better than most. And in this day and age, it's fairly easy to do things better than most because most people are average. Most people aren't willing to put in 12, 13, 14, 15-hour days. If you do that, if you learn and then put that learning into practice by working hard and doing a lot more than other people would, you're ahead of everyone already and you will succeed. I promise you that. As long as you do not give up. That's another important thing. So once you've picked that niche, post on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and lead with value. Don't focus on money. I've just started this. Can I help? Is there anyone I can help out with this and that? And then that'll also hone in your skills, because you will actually be doing practical stuff. And it depends how you're a good learner. I prefer to learn by doing practical stuff. Some people like reading a book and that's how they learn. But personally, I think most people would get more out of it if they actually put the stuff that they were learning into practice. Be patient, okay? These things don't come. Look, I'm starting this YouTube channel at this moment of recording. I've got 5 subscribers. I'm not going to give up. There's no way I'm giving up at all until I hit 1,000. And even then, I'm not going to give up. So you have to be patient. It will come if you're consistent enough and you're committed enough, but you have to do it quickly. Okay, speed's important. There's so many other people that want to do the same other things as you, and they might see you start and then they start, or they might already be 10 videos ahead or 10 lessons ahead, whatever it is, whatever niche you're in and what you're wanting to do. You just be quick with it. Just build fast and break things, right? And have goals along the way, because you can dream about this stuff constantly, but dreams without actual goals are just dreams, and ultimately they'll just fuel disappointment. And actually, I've just reminded myself of a quote by, I think it's Denzel Washington, who says, "Dreams without goals are just dreams." And on the path to achieving your dreams, you have to apply discipline, commitment, and consistency, because without commitment, you'll never start. But without consistency, you'll never finish. And you don't want to be the guy that gave up, trust me. So just take action. Pick your offer and audience and decide what problem it is that you're solving. Who's your ideal client profile? Go and research that person, that client, that profile. Find out their biggest pain point and bottleneck and go and solve that with your newfound skill. Create an offer. Make this a no-brainer, especially to start with. Alex Hormozy says something like, make a no-brainer offer, get your first client in, pretty much just give it away for free, and then build 20% on top of that, 20% more in price, 20% more on your next client, 20% on the rest until you're at full price. By this time, you've probably gained a lot of experience, you're very competent, you're even more confident, you're motivated, and you're just ready to kill it. So make an offer some people are or would feel stupid to say no to, and just lead with pure value. You don't sell them stuff straight away. Lead with value. Outreach on email. I show on my system how you can do that for free and use AI to do that as well. Outreach on LinkedIn, post on LinkedIn, offer free value via LinkedIn. I seen something the other day of someone, which is a strategy I'm going to use and have been using. I've been going into groups for my niche, who is automation agencies. And I've been going into groups of people that could use solutions that I've already built. So business owners or marketing teams, for example, who could use my cold emailing system to generate leads. I've been going into LinkedIn webinars or LinkedIn groups, asking if I can host a webinar and just leading with pure value. Look, I'm not here to sell anything, but let me talk you through what you could potentially do, and I'll help them build it. I'll teach them how to build it on that webinar. So they can either do it themselves, or they can come to my YouTube, or they can watch it back later and build it themselves. But there are 2, 3, 4, 5 people in that webinar who can't be bothered to build it themselves and would just say to me, can you build it? You do that for me. That looks great. Do it for me. Do stuff like that. Think outside the box. And if you're constantly doing stuff like that, it's impossible to fail. Do everything really cheap or free if you can. And once you get your first client, don't spend it. Don't pay yourself. Use that money to reinvest and scale. I didn't pay myself for months. I just kept reinvesting and kept scaling. You don't need to pay yourself. And then scale and automate. So you've learned this skill. You're now really competent in it and really confident in your ability to build systems or edit videos for people or do their copywriting. So now when you get your first few clients, there's going to be a bit of admin work there. And that's the most, to me anyway, is most unfun work going. I hate it. Okay. So you can start automating those tasks, automate those mundane routine admin jobs, automate the outreach if you can. Now you have a bit of money, you can get a cold email and sending tool or a LinkedIn outreach automator tool. And don't let anything hold you back from the income producing activities you've just spent weeks or months doing. You've just spent a lot of time reaching out to people because you don't have your first client. Now that you have 2, 3 or 4, suddenly you're working on the admin stuff for them and you're not outreaching anymore, and your pipeline's dropping, and suddenly you're drying up and no one's paying you anymore, and you've got to do it all again. So as you're scaling, make sure you're automating the stuff that you don't want to do as much as you can, so you can still carry on at least 80 to 85, 90% of your time on the income producing activities that have got you to where you are right now. And you need to keep that momentum. So I think, love him or hate him, Andrew Tate used an analogy of a rocket ship. It doesn't get halfway up, about to break the Earth's atmosphere, and just come crashing down, or some do. But it needs to break parts off of itself to be able to break through the atmosphere and carry on up into outer space. So that's why I'm saying, don't let anything or anyone hold you back. Okay, you sometimes you have to cut bits off of yourself in order to grow. And you'll see a change in yourself, and other people will see a change in yourself. The more clients you bring, the more belief you'll have and the more motivation. And trust me, that is more valuable than money at all, than actual money in your pocket. What this is going to do is you will be working 20 hours a day. You won't stop. You won't want to stop. You're loving it right now. And the belief and motivation, suddenly your goals and dreams have just tenfolded. Where you saw yourself a month, 2 months, 3 months ago, you've hit those goals, you've hit those dreams. And you're now at the next stage, and you'll just keep getting better and better, and everyone will see a change in you. The way you talk, the way you walk, everything about you will just breed confidence, and you'll be a completely different person. And that fire that you have in that belly, every time you think of something, your belly just sort of tenses. Everyone will see that in your eyes, and the change is incredible. You'll become someone that everyone wants to be around. You won't complain. You won't make excuses. You'll take full accountability for everything that happens to you. And that is just a great place to be in, a great person to be. You'll just never want to stop learning. And it's that you should first be aiming for. So final motivation for me, no more excuses. Stop thinking, but I've got a job. But I got to spend more time with my girlfriend or my boyfriend or whatever it is. Most people watching this will still watch and do nothing. And that's a fact. Or even worse, they'll watch this. They'll think, oh my God, this guy might actually know what he's on about, and he's actually given me a bit of motivation to go and do something. And they will work for a day. It might not work how they wanted it to work, and they'll give up. You will have tough days. Push through it. Stop chasing happiness and start chasing being proud of yourself. Get up, go to the gym, go to your job, come back, work on your thing, maybe then go for a run, come back, be in bed. You'll be physically exhausted, but you will be incredibly proud of yourself. Chase that the next day. Chase it. Keep chasing that feeling of proudness, and being happy is an extension of that. And then suddenly this change in this, everything I've spoken about in this video so far will happen to you. Make an action plan. Don't overanalyze. Don't analyze to paralyze. Make an actual plan. Pick a business model. Create an offer and start outreaching. A little quote. A little quote for you guys. I've put this in another video. I love it. You miss 100% of the opportunities you don't take. You have to be an opportunist. You have to. There's a theory, the yellow car theory or the red car theory. It don't really matter. You drove, what the heck? You drove somewhere today, or you walked somewhere today to the shops, whatever. If I asked you how many red cars you saw, you wouldn't have a clue. The next day when you were leaving the house, if I said to you, every red car you see is worth £1,000. You're not missing that red car. You are seeing that red car everywhere, okay? It's the same with this. Your peripheral vision has to open up even more. At the moment, you're just seeing one narrow road. You have to widen everything. Everything's an opportunity. And that's the way you have to think about it. But hey, look, I hope that helped you. I hope that makes sense. I hope it's given you some kind of motivation to, if you are watching this and you're in the positions that I described and you keep analysing and not actually doing anything and procrastinating, that's not a position you want to be in. Just start and get in your brain that speed is everything. Work quickly, understand that other people are out there trying to beat you, trying to compete against you. And every time you think, oh, I'm going to put the laptop down now, just know that your competitor is out there, outworking you, out-training you. If you guys like this, give it a like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you're thinking of doing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take